I'd like to use this video to showcase what I believe to be an underrated game. It's called Streets of Rogue and is a roguelike GTA-inspired game. I fell in love with this game immediately after playing it during the free weekend. It's immensely fun and amusingly violent. There's a wide variety of character classes to choose from and unlock. They each provide a lot of different ways to play the game, given the fact that each class has different stat values. Out of a maximum of 4, they have varying stats in endurance, speed, melee skill, and firearms skill. Each class also has a special ability that can be activated, usually for unique gameplay advantages. They also have different starting items depending on the class, and most even have special traits that provide passive effects to augment that class's playstyle. As you complete missions and do various tasks on each level, your character will level up and be able to select from a list of new traits that they'll have for the rest of their run. You will also earn chicken nuggets. Yes, chicken nuggets. They're used for unlocking permanent traits or items for all of your classes and can be spent after each run if you wish. Most of the classes have to be unlocked, and there's a different challenge representing the class you're trying to unlock. For example, I was playing as the police officer class when I unlocked the bartender class by consuming 10 alcoholic beverages during a game. The cop was a great class to pick to try this. It's a great class for most scenarios and is often the one I get the furthest with. This is because they start with a police baton and a pistol, and their special ability is that they can handcuff people. That ability allows them to neutralize enemies non-lethally. It unfortunately can't be used on the other cops that might be in the levels. But the cop class's unique trait is that they're a cop, so other cops are allied with you automatically. You can literally go into a police station, ask for the key to the cell, and walk out with the prisoner, and no one will stop you. A downside of being a cop is that you will lose XP by killing or robbing the innocent civilians on the levels who aren't standing in the way of your missions and are just trying to abide by the laws of the land. Another example of a challenge to unlock a new character class would be when I was playing as the doctor class in this game, and I foolishly decided to try and unlock the cannibal class by killing 20 people in a level. The doctor was a terrible choice to try and unlock the cannibal with because its traits make it unable to use weapons except for a select few thrown items. Their other trait just allows them to restore the health of each follower they might have once per floor. It was not useful to me in this situation either, since a follower recruited is a person not killed to unlock the cannibal. Their special ability is also just to knock people unconscious with a chloroform hanky. Another non-lethal way of dealing with people. Speaking of the cannibal class, it starts with an axe and several bear traps. It also has the special ability to eat corpses to regain health. That means you can eat the people you kill, but it unfortunately makes you antisocial, which means most people won't want to join your party. Another trait they have is one they share with the thief class. They are both suspicious and shop owners will want them to leave. Being a cannibal, human meat is the only food item that will heal you. You can still heal from booze, though. Similar to the doctor you can play as, there's even a scientist class. They start with several wacky gadgets to help them complete their missions. They have an item to make them giant size for a bit, a shrink ray to make enemies small enough to step on, a freeze ray, some rage poison to make enemies kill everyone they see, and a gun that kills ghosts. They also have a leaf blower, but I've never used it. They have no special abilities but have many different traits. They're skinny nerds, so they get knocked back by hits and firing guns more than other classes, but they're able to do more with computers than any class except the hacker, and they know what's in all the syringes in the game. The most interesting trait of the scientist is that gorillas with automatically attack them on sight, and you get extra XP for killing gorillas. This is because the gorilla is also a class you can unlock and play as. The scientists in this game created gorillas with human intelligence and keep them in cages in labs. You can unlock the gorilla class to play as by freeing a gorilla from the scientists. When you play as a gorilla, naturally, you are automatically attacked by scientists and get extra XP for killing them. Their special ability is a primal lunge that lets them perform a powerful attack. Unlike the scientists, the gorilla is pretty tank-like and is knocked back less from being hit. They smell terrible, so shop owners want them to leave and humans won't join them. Gorillas also can't speak and need a translator item in order to communicate with people. Unsurprisingly, the gorilla class gets bananas as a starting item and heal twice as much when eating bananas. Quite surprisingly, though, gorillas have a trait that allows them to recruit up to 3 companions from the start. The first class you can play as, and one of the few you don't have to unlock through completing challenges, would be the Slum Dweller. They're the only class that starts with nothing. Well, you have a container of whiskey that can be used one time to heal you slightly. But you compensate for starting with nothing by being the best at gaining XP to level up. The Slum Dweller has a trait that gives it a lot of extra XP for everything it does, more than any other class. They also are able to choose from more new traits to unlock when leveling up, and even will gain a random stat point with every other level up. They have the chance to quickly become the best at everything, even if they have no special abilities of their own. The Slum Dweller isn't the only class that lacks a special ability, so in terms of potential to improve, they might just be the best class in the game. Before I finish discussing the rest of the classes in some detail, I should disclose that I have not completed the game yet, nor have I managed to unlock every class. You start off being able to choose from 5 different classes, including the Slum Dweller I just mentioned. Another one of those you can choose from the start is the Thief class. They are obviously skilled at missions involving stealing. Their special ability allows them to steal from anyone they're standing behind. They also start with a massive selection of items compared to the other classes. They get a lockpick, crowbar, safe cracker, a cardboard box to sneak around in, a window cutter to silently remove windows so you can break into buildings, and a wall bypasser to just flat out teleport you through walls. Because they're a thief, other thieves in the levels won't try to steal from you and will even sell you items at a discount thanks to one of the thief class's special traits. Their other special traits are being hard to hit with guns or thrown weapons and being unable to enter shops. Business owners all want you to leave because you are suspicious. Another excellent alternative to the thief class would be the hacker class you can pick. They start with a time bomb that will destroy anything within its radius and a hologram Bigfoot to scare enemies. Being a hacker, their special ability is a laptop they can use to remotely hack computers. It does have a 50% chance to cause an alarm, so use it with caution. Unfortunately, the hacker is probably the weakest class when it comes to physical altercations. Their special traits reflect that. They can do things with computers that no other class can, but they're skinny nerds who take more knockback damage from firing guns or being hit. If you're looking for a good combative class, the soldier might be your best bet. They start with a machine gun, some grenades and landmines, a door detonator, and an item that turns kills into ammo somehow. They also start with a combat helmet that slightly reduces the damage they take until it breaks. And if their health gets below 20, their special ability kicks in and they start to regenerate their health. They're not really good or bad at anything besides combat. When it comes to combat, they might be the best choice. Especially since they have max stats in firearms right from the start. The last class you can pick from the start is one of the more interesting classes in my opinion. It's a gangster class. This class interests me so much because it's the blue gang in this game and they're hated by the red gang. Red gang members will instantly attack you on sight. So will the cops. Being a gangster in the blue gang, you start with a knife, a pistol, a boombox to distract people, and a couple phones to call in your gang members for backup. You even can recruit up to 3 followers from the start and get extra XP for killing red gang members, which makes them a good class to pick to try and unlock the Red Gang Gangster class in this game. I haven't unlocked the Red Gang Gangster, but I hope when I do that they have slightly different starting items and get extra XP for killing Blue Gang members. Another good combat-based class would be the Jock class. Their special ability allows them to charge forward and destroy almost anything they're running into. A trait they have allows them to gain XP for every object and section of wall busted by your character. All of their other traits are negative, though. They can't use computers, they're loud and make a ton of noise moving around, and they're charged more by shops. They also start with a baseball bat and steroids. Their charge ability and massive amount of health allows them to get pretty far despite not being good at anything other than smashing things and beating people to death. Another combat-focused class that's loud and can't use computers would be the Wrestler. The Wrestler is also tank-like, similar to how the Gorilla is. They start with a cod piece and steroids. Their special ability allows them to pick up and throw most objects found around a leave. Other than that, there's not much that interests me about this particular class. If you're looking for a stealthy class that's still good at combat, the Assassin class has got you covered. Their special ability is camouflage. It makes them invisible for a period of time but has several restrictions along with it. It can't be activated in front of people that aren't your companions, and it's cancelled by most actions. Their two traits can help them out when invisible. They can instantly kill sleeping people with one hit, and if they backstab someone while invisible, they do 10 times normal damage and remain in camouflage. Normal backstabs deal double damage. The Assassin also starts with a sword, several throwing stars, a quick escape item that gets them out of harm's way, a teleporter to teleport them, and an ear warp whistle that I've never used. One of the classes that is in this game that I haven't really seen in other games would have to be the Shopkeeper class. I'm so glad they added this class to the game, as it adds a completely different way of playing the game. The Shopkeeper is the only class I'm aware of in this game that can buy items from anyone. Forget hoping there's a clerk on the level, you can buy what you need from anyone, and your shrewd negotiator trait ensures that items you actually buy from shops are discounted. The Shopkeeper also starts with items that were previously only available as mission rewards. Aside from the shotgun, that is. But the Minforge they start with, the free item voucher, and portable selling machine that lets them sell anything from their inventory without needing to find someone to buy it, are all items that used to be Assassin rewards. They still are, but the Shopkeeper doesn't have to hope to earn one of them. The mini fridge passively boosts the amount of health you gain when eating food from your inventory, by the way. Similar to the Shopkeeper class, and also unlike any class I've played in other games, there's a Bartender class you can unlock to play as in this game. They can also recruit 3 followers from the start and also know what's in all the syringes in the game, just like the Scientist class. The Bartender is also charismatic, which makes you able to enter some privat places without angering the residents, and most people are friendly towards you. They start with a whiskey and a beer, as well as a drink mixer to turn certain items into drinks. They also start with a hypnotizer item and something to make enemies full of hate for each other. While playing as the Bartender, I managed to kill a ghost using a ghost gun I had picked up. Doing so unlocked the Werewolf class to play as. And this brings me to the supernatural classes in this game. So far, there is a vampire, a werewolf, a shapeshifter, and a zombie. The werewolf obviously has the ability to turn into a werewolf. It lasts for 15 seconds and is followed by a short period of dizziness that paralyzes you for a bit. They only start with a ham sandwich, and their traits are all negative. They're antisocial, skinny nerds, and charged more for everything at shops. About the only good thing about this class is its ability to change into a rampaging beast. The shapeshifter has an ability that allows them to possess people if you stand behind them. However, this is made more difficult thanks to the fact that you're always naked in your true form. Your short size makes you take more damage and inflict less when not possessing someone. And all of it makes you antisocial, which means most people won't want to join your party. There's a vampire class which has the special ability that allows them to bite people they're standing behind and heal while gradually stealing the person's health. They start with a container of cologne, which I never used, so I'm not sure of its purpose just yet. Vampires can only heal by drinking blood, but their other trait makes them invisible to security cameras, which is extremely helpful for stealth-based missions. The vampire class is used to unlock the zombie class by completing the slums region as a vampire, and I didn't complete the slums on my run as a vampire, so I don't have the zombie. If they manage to add zombies as a potential hazard on the third and final level of the slums, I imagine they manage to give the zombie the trait to create other zombies from people you kill. That's what the zombies do when they appear on the levels as that level's hazard. Speaking of classes I haven't unlocked yet, there's also a comedian class, an investment banker class, and a slave master class. I don't have any experience with any of them, so I don't want to speculate too much on what they might have and end up being wrong. I am fairly certain that the slave master gets a discount on slaves or starts with a slave as a follower. Otherwise, why make and add that class? Also, the game is broken up into different levels and regions. You make your way through 3 levels before you unlock the next region, and you can unlock fast travel access back in your home base to quickly jump to your most recently unlocked region to allow you to try and unlock further regions. At the time of uploading and recording this video, I have only unlocked the industrial region. I haven't taken advantage of the quick travel system yet. I just keep starting again from the slums as I'm still trying to unlock all the classes to play as. I discovered they added the ability to make your own custom classes, which you can tweak the starting items, stats, appearance, and traits for while coming up with your own name for them and a description of them if you wish. It's got an interesting interactive world. Most doors can be bashed in, or you can blast apart walls and objects, or you can even dump certain items into air vents to poison enemies. Combined with the many dialogue options, such as bribery with items or cash or intimidation, and the different items and skills granted by the various classes, there are a lot of ways to approach the decent variety of missions the game has available so far. One of my favorites is to make enough money in a run to bribe the police to ignore my crimes and then purchase a slave or hire a guard to do my bidding. Hiring a homeless person to cause a ruckus in the police station so you can sneak in and bust out your target is just as much fun as tossing a grenade in the room and running in swinging swords and whatever else you can grab. I can't wait to see what else this game adds in the future and fully intend to keep coming back to play it again and again. As it's a great couch co-op game, you can also play it with your friends if you wish. Anyway, this has become a much longer video than I expected it to be, and I think I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And stay safe till next time. Error. 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 File